It's good. Better get to it.
Okay.
Bye. Peace.
When the film fell apart, I didn't really know what to do because I came here to do this hike. I didn't want to just go home. So now the film fell apart and we're doing the hike anyway. And it's sort of become a peace walk for its own sake, which I think is cool. But we're doing it anyway. It feels like it doesn't have an ulterior motive anymore. It feels like we're just doing this hike for no other reason but to do it. And if this documentary turns out to be something great, but if not, that's fine, because this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. I don't care about anything else. Well, I was preparing for my very first shot as one of the cameramen on this shoot. I turned around and there was a police cruiser waiting for me. And they already knew who I was. I was walking yesterday and I was walking by a park and there was about 7 kids sitting there. They saw me, they saw my peace sign, they approached me and chatted me up, and I sat with them for about 20 minutes and we talked about the film, and some of them wanted to be in the film. So I was like, yeah, actually that would be great to get some kids. And you're beeping.
It's okay, I still have 5 minutes left.
Okay. It'd be great to get some kids. So I told them that maybe we would be back tomorrow and maybe we could shoot them then. They were all really excited. So I kept walking and I met up with Tara later, and we decided to drive back and see if any of them were still there, and they were. So we gave them some release forms. We were trying to do everything right. You know, I got to have permission from the parents, you know, so we gave them release forms and said, if you want to be in the movie, come back at 8:30 the next day. So we did. Only 2 of them actually showed up.
That's what we're trying to explore. We're trying to see if it's possible that we can live in peace and not hurt each other, you know? Because if we don't stop hurting each other, it's just, you know, the world's gonna fall apart.
Later on, one of the parents of this kid, Stuart, who was actually the most dynamic out of all the kids and who wasn't there, followed us out of town, and when we pulled over, she stopped and was livid that we had stopped and approached her child and asked them to be in the film, which she doesn't really know how it happened, obviously. So we gave her a card and she lodged a complaint against us, which is why the cops knew who I was. And I just spent the last 25 minutes in the back of a police cruiser and explaining to the cops what the deal was. And they weren't too concerned. They said we hadn't done anything illegal, but they did give the advice that we shouldn't do that. But it worked out. I handled it. They let me go.
Do you think it's possible that people can live in peace? Do you guys watch the news? Are you aware of all the conflicts going on in the world? There's a war going on in Iraq right now that America has kind of started. Do you guys know about that? There's people fighting, there's people angry at each other.
One of the writings in the Baha'i faith, it's sort of, I'm paraphrasing ridiculously here because I can't remember it, but it's sort of along the lines of, you know, if you spend your life in the service of humanity from your life's calling, then you're blessed. That's like, it kind of works hand in hand with another one that sort of says work is worship. Like what you do, if you do it wholeheartedly, it's like prayer. I'm like, wow, okay, I'm just gonna go at what I want to do. If I follow my calling, but I use it to serve, then there's no reason why I can't sort of be supported. But then everything just starts working out. You know, if you just sort of follow what you want to achieve, everything just starts sort of working out for you.
Follow your bliss.
Yeah.
That's what Joseph Campbell says.
I like that.
Yeah.
Follow your bliss.
It's that simple.
For anyone who's ever given up everything that they have and their self for God or peace or just that universal message, and there are always people that stick out, and they come everywhere. They're like, they appear absolutely everywhere, and it's quite incredible. The peace program made me think about, and you're kind of doing the same thing.
Me?
Well, you're walking from the top of Britain to the bottom, and you're promoting peace. I mean, that's not something that everybody does every day. It's special because it's not as if you're having an easy time, you know. Just the fact that we have we have the same belief, we have the same underpinning sort of. This is what we're aiming for, you know. Okay, so you're gonna go be an actor, and I still really don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and. No, I'm not gonna try. I will help the world get to where it needs to be. It's Yoda that said that. He said,
Yeah, I was just
do or do not.
Try not.
Do or do not. There's no try. It's so true.
Yoda was like Peace Pilgrim. He was like.
I know.
He was enlightened.
It's like God's out there going, guys, I know you can do it.
Yeah,
I've been trying to tell you for a long time that you guys can do this. You obviously don't think you can, but I know you can. And he's saying it's inevitable. It's going to happen. The end of this movie of world crap is coming to an end.
Peace Pilgrim said it, and it sounds like that's the belief of your faith. Good will win in the end.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
I was just reading about William Wallace. I think he had it tougher than me. But cheers, Scotland. Thanks for the memories. I'll see you again. Farewell.
To be truthful, I have thought about it and I haven't thought about it. It depends on how good a mood you're in. If you're in, like personally for me, if I'm in a good mood, then I will think about it, and that's quite a lot of the time. Because when you see on TV people like in Africa, and I do feel really sorry that they haven't got as much as what we have.
No,
And so I do think
most people don't really realise how lucky they are, and there's not really enough people that are aware
they just
of
take things
situations
for granted.
in other countries. We get on with our lives. We have a lot of things that other people don't, like basic necessities.
Basically, we just turn our back on.
Aye, we turn a blind eye because we're not as informed about it as we could be.
Enter Don Dyer, route advisor and hiking guru. Daily contact with Don started back in Arizona and was what I depended on to plan our route.
Don's gonna show us the way.
See you later.
I truly didn't know what to expect. We introduced ourselves as we were going along and found we got quite a lot in common. I thought, Chase, you described him as a young man, and when I passed him on the road with my brother, and he looked so young to be doing it, but perfectly capable. And really, when you think about it, every day he was there. He never reneged on a day, did he? Okay, you had your rest days, but every day he was there, ready to go again.
So, you said that there's a footpath up ahead?
No, it's a road like this. I think it's not as wide as this, only a small road, but that's to go back to the A6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the road like this the rest of the way?
I would say so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I truly miscalculated the need to walk on busy roads.
They should never got involved. And same with our Prime Minister, Tony Blair. We shouldn't have got sent the bloody troops out there.
Probably not.
I think that's caused a lot of problems
Yeah.
with the troops who got out there.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but that's my opinion.
Is peace attainable, do you think, Flash?
I don't know what attainable means.
Do you think we can reach world peace?
World peace, I think we've got a big problem.
Yeah, you can reach world peace as long as you got rid of all the knobs. You could, like. There's just too many people that want to get to the top and know nothing about the situation in there for a big wage as usual. Yeah, you could. Just, get rid of all the trash.
I'm a great believer in peace. A great believer.
Let's start again.
Start again.
Start again.
So how would you get rid of them?
Fetch hanging back. Capital punishment is definitely one of the factors I think that.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
They do it in America and it hasn't stopped people killing each other, Flash. It's made it worse, if anything.
Well, somebody was saying that if the money was spent on doing good instead of armament.
It's bloody expensive though, isn't it?
A lot of money. Yeah, and what you got? Deaths.
I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't.
You don't think we'll ever please both sides?
No, because there's too many different situations and that people just can't come to terms or together with it. It'll probably get worse before it gets better. It's like everything else in life.
What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with a bit of conflict, I don't think.
Well, no, this is
true. That's what makes it interesting.
You've got to be friendly, peaceful, prepared to talk and listen, and you'll go a long way in life.
We're all going to die.
The reason I wanted to come and hike with you, I wanted to make sure that you felt confident in what you were doing, and Chase felt confident in what he was doing, and then to take you through the Lake District. I knew you'd like that. I thought you'd enjoy that, and you did. You enjoyed the Lake District. And then to bring you up to Preston, you were well on your way to completing the journey as a whole.
Yeah, well, sometimes really, there's that many different opinions between the ranks or governments or people that are in the government that you really never get anything done.
Because he had to walk the roads. He did it, and he did it very well. I can't think that there was a day that went by that we didn't talk on the phone. I think we enjoyed the sense of humour that he had of taking different people off because he wanted to be an actor.
And then there's a big line.
I want to go on the boat. I want to go on the boat, Tara. I don't want to walk anymore. And I want it now.
That's my new job, is to arrange the boat ride, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I want the whole world.
I'll get to work on that.
That's another one.
Because you'd put that much into the project, there was no way I was going to let you throw it away and go back to America. And that's why I said I'd help you. I couldn't actually do the journey with you all the way, but I could direct you and help you through it. You hear about the bad, but you don't hear about the good, do you?
That's it, yeah. You can say as one person, it'll never happen sort of thing. I can't do that, I can't make a difference, etc. I think possibly you're probably right, unless you're say like a prime minister, etc. You can't make a difference on your own, but if you band together as one person to go to be many, as part of many, then yes, you can. I'm sure it sounds awful, but I couldn't make a difference. Just me on my own go out. I mean, if I went on a little march on my own, so I think that's not going to do a thing. But if I get everybody in the country, or start and get everybody in the country to do that march, then that is one person started it off.
Thinking with the same mind, maybe that's the way. If there was peaceful candidates for and that started to mushroom, throughout the country, and not this country, but the same all throughout the world, and then you've got a different type flower to look at all over. Just think of the snowball. It starts small.
That's right.
And then it gathers in size, doesn't it? As you get up.
To respond to what you were saying before about one person making a difference, I think one person can make a difference, albeit small. They can make a difference, and I think those those are the steps that are going to bring us there. You know, the small steps. Even you just giving us lunch today. It's something. It's a small thing, but it contributes to what we're doing, and it's like a pond. It's a ripple, and it spreads. Some of these roads weren't made for walking. They're narrow and windy, and their lack of shoulder is encumbered with vicious crowds of nettles and all other manner of stinging, prickly, downright aggressive plants. This is a genuinely dangerous road, inhabited by giant trucks that signal their approach with Tolkien dragon screams. But there's no other way. I've got to go now. Bye. You know, I think we've spent $500 billion in Iraq now. $500 billion.
It's such a waste of money.
If that had been spent, if it had been channeled into a different philosophy, you know, it just doesn't work to kill more people. It makes it worse, you know. And
it just inspires more violence.
Right. You can't overcome evil with more evil.
That's true.
It just doesn't work.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
No, it doesn't. We refuse to try anything new.
Hey Chase, you know you're looking a little scruffy today.
Yeah, you like that? You want me to shave, don't you? If you do, just say so, I will. If I don't have a reason to, there's just no, you know, I'm not gonna do it. There's no reason to shave.
You're the scruffy peace walker.
Yeah. It's the transformation you were looking for. No, if you do want me to shave, I will. Just say.
This is kind of the difference between the scruffy, worldly hiker and the young, idealistic dreamer.
Slowed somewhat the last few days. There's a lot of reasons for that. One is because of the A49. It's difficult to move quickly when you have giant trucks bearing down on you. You have to dart out of the way and hide in the hedges. So that slows you down, obviously. You can't go at a good pace. Yesterday we kind of veered off the path to try out some smaller roads, which isn't going to work for a lot of reasons. Today we're getting a little bit of a late start. We needed some sleep.
You make it sound like we're having trouble getting up every day.
I'm having trouble getting up every day. You don't have trouble getting up every day?
Oh, it's just today that we're doing this late at the start.
Well, I think we have about 370 miles to go, which is a lot less than 1,000. Tara still thinks it's a long way, and I know it is, but it's still a lot less than 1,000. Now, after you've been walking on a day like this, a pint tastes like it was blessed by Christ himself. It's holy. You're foolish. It's one of the hottest days in the year. They're thinking it might break some records the next couple of days.
Between the heat and the day-to-day grind, our communication breaks down. Luckily, we meet Paul Hewitt in Stroud, and he becomes our impromptu hiking mediator. You have this, like, what do you want sort of vibe. It's like, it's really getting hard for me to communicate.
But he feels seen, I guess, all the time, in a way.
I never get a break.
All the time. That's exactly what I think. I would feel like I
want
need
to
some time
sit
out.
in the bathroom for 10
A
minutes.
bloke needs to go in his cave. You've read
I don't have the camera on him all day. I think you have the wrong idea.
But you've read, what's that? Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus book, yeah? Do you know what I mean? I mean, a bloke needs his little cave. He needs his little time out.
But I feel like we have magic happen every single day.
But what?
You
Talk
don't
about
trust
it.
me with the
Tell me
camera?
about it.
Whoa! See,
what sort of magic?
Yesterday we had these two poets, and we got, you know, tons of great footage.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like we don't talk about that. Oh, we're not getting the film. We're not getting enough. And it's just like we had a great day yesterday. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, we got tons of awesome stuff. Sometimes she has something set up, and I much prefer that.
Right.
Because then I have a chance to prepare mentally. It's not just like, okay, I just, you know, am having a rest and I'm having lunch and then she pulls it out.
Right, okay.
You know, talk about today, and it's just, I have nothing to say.
So, you know, we're all under the pressures of doing stuff we don't want to do sometimes, and are you stubborn, are you? Can you be stubborn?
I think that I think I'm pretty easy to work with. I could be wrong. You know, I think I try to give Tara what she wants, you know?
Yeah, but you see, an actor's given words, he's given a script, and in this it's unscripted, and you're requiring some humanity to leap out of him when maybe he's not feeling particularly humane about stuff. And it's really hard to be false. I find that a nightmare, but you're going to get worse than this being an actor, aren't you? Off directors. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't take that kind of... They wouldn't take that, would they? They'd take off back to your caravan, wouldn't they? Excuse my language. You know, you're going to have your ups and downs. Maybe this is just a little bit of a blip, a little low point, and you've still got to walk through it, haven't you? You got to walk your talk and just keep going. No matter how uncomfortable you feel, you're still going to get to the end of the journey.
But see, I think we have been getting along, and I think we've been handling it. You know, it is a very difficult challenge to be doing what we're doing. You know, we can't expect it to be perfect. You know?
But it might just end up perfect, all by itself.